I was born in a small town in Georgia called Cogdell on December 18th, 1917. The town had 400 good citizens, so small it's not even there anymore. But Cogdell was home.
And what was it like growing up in Cogdell?
Well, it was quite a wonderful experience. I was the first of the grandchildren. So I was born into a situation where there was a mom and daddy and grandpa and grandma and a whole lot of aunts and uncles looking around. I think they were just waiting on me, and they really treated me royally. I was spoiled from day one, and I don't think I ever recovered. It was a big family, and we just we didn't have much, but what we had, we sort of poured into each other. And I was the focus of it all. I didn't know until much later that I was my mama's boy. I remember she had to come to my grandmama and insist that she had a right to take her child.
I see.
And I was that baby that they were all fighting over, and they called me brother. Hey, and the southern accent is so liquid and warm and serving. Hey, brother. I loved it.
What was your full given name?
Well, it's a little tricky. I was named after my grandfather, my father's father, whose name was Rayford Chapman. So I was supposed to be called Rayford Chapman Davis. But when Mama took me to the local county seat to register the fact that I had arrived, and the county clerk asked her what the name of that boy is, she, being a southerner, used the initials rather than the full name. She said, Ossie Davis. So this register, who must have been a Yankee, he couldn't speak Southern, wrote Ossie. And this being the South, and he being white and we being black, we didn't protest, so I came out, it was a big mistake, but I've enjoyed it ever since. Not being who you really are. You duck around, people think you're Ossie, but you're not that, you're RC.
It sounds like your family was a major percentage of the population of Cogdell.
Yes, yes, it was.
What were your parents like and your siblings? Are you one of how many children?
I was the oldest of 5. Mm-hmm. And my father was, in an extraordinary sense, an extraordinary man. He was a railway construction engineer. Now, gather this, that he was uneducated, could not write his own name, and had learned his basic craft at several tours of the chain gang, and working on the roads in the mountains of Virginia, whatever. He had learned how to build a railroad from scratch. And this little town that I was born in, Cogdell, was almost the sole property of one man, Alex Sessoms, who owned everything and everybody.
This was a white man?
A white man. Mm-hmm.